Hi, ladies. Welcome to Fitness Follows Faith. If you are planning to do Dr. Mindy Pell's 30-day fasting reset, then I'm going to share in this video with you my recommendations for preparing to have a successful fast. All right, number one, which I'm sure you already know, dedicate this pursuit to God. Ask Him for His involvement. Let Him know you want Him to take the lead. And then ask Him to align your intentions with His intentions. Because how many of us know that we can pursue something that seems innocent and seems like a worthy cause, but if we are doing it with the wrong motives or the wrong intentions, and they don't align with God's, we are either going to run into failure, frustration, or both. All right, number two, learn the different phases of your menstrual cycle and start tracking your symptoms so that you always know what phase you're in. The 4 different phases are menstrual, follicular, ovulatory, and luteal. All right, number 3, determine which fasting reset is best for you based on your experience with intermittent fasting. Remember, there is the pre-reset, the standard 30-day fasting reset, and the advanced reset. All right, number 4. And this is kind of a continuation of number 3, but you want to know where you're at in your menstrual cycle so that you know where to begin the fasting reset. Now, if you don't know where you're at in your menstrual cycle, then you can just go ahead and start the fasting reset on day 1 of your period. But let's say you do know where you're at in your menstrual cycle. Maybe you're on day 19. Then just look at day 19 on the fasting cycle and follow the protocols for that day. And remember, it's important to track your symptoms because you want to make sure that your menstrual cycle is aligning with the fasting cycle. If you're not paying attention to your symptoms and tracking your cycle to make sure that it's aligning with the reset, you could be doing more harm than good to your body. And number 5, consider using a glucose monitor. The reason I suggest this is because if you can track your blood sugar level, then you'll be able to identify drinks and snacks that you can have that will not pull you out of your fast. So there may be times when you just feel like you can't complete your fasting window. Coffee with some MCT oil or a little bit of avocado may be just the thing you need to get you through that last couple of hours. The glucose monitor that I have been using is called a One Touch Vario IQ blood glucose monitoring system. And this is what it looks like. It's very simple to use. It has a little pouch that fits right in my purse, so I can check my blood sugar even when I'm out if I need to. And it's a really good thing to have to understand how certain things affect your blood sugar. When they say that knowledge is power, I would say this is one of those situations where knowledge really is power. Okay, and number 6 is a little bit of a continuation of number 5, but you want to anticipate the challenges that you are going to face and decide how it is you're going to overcome them. Some examples might be determining what activities you're going to do to keep yourself busy while you're fasting, because it is a lot easier to complete your fasting window when your mind is on something other than food. And then also, if you have been tracking your blood sugar and you know what snacks and drinks you can have during your fasted window, you can have those ready and prepared if you're going to be out, or when you are out, if you need to buy something, you'll know what you can drink and what you can eat that will not pull you out of your fasted window and will help you get through those last couple of hours. And then finally, number 7, I would say have flexible expectations. You, of course, want to identify your intentions for doing this fast, as well as the results that you expect to achieve. But then you also want to be prepared to not achieve those results. And it doesn't mean that you're going to fall short of your results or fail at achieving them. I expect that you're going to achieve results. they just might not be the results that you expected. For instance, I went into this fast thinking that I was going to come out of it super skinny with better eating habits, lots of muscle, and a six-pack. That is not realistic for a 30-day fasting reset. I don't know anybody who's gotten super skinny, developed a bunch of muscle, perfected their eating habits, and developed a six-pack no matter what they did in 30 days. So not only were my expectations unrealistic, but I had a really hard time letting go of those expectations and accepting the ones that I did receive. And because I couldn't accept and enjoy the results that I received, I ended up chasing after more. And it's when I started chasing after more that I undid all the progress that I achieved and started running into a lot more struggles than was necessary. And so have flexible expectations. I know that a lot of you, if you're like me, are going to go into this highly motivated, thinking that you're going to complete it perfectly. But there are going to be difficult days. There are going to be days when you just fall short of completing your fasting window, or you might eat a high carb meal on a day when you should be eating low carb. How are you going to respond in those situations? Are you going to throw in the towel because in your eyes you've failed, so why even continue? Or are you going to learn from the experience, show yourself grace, and press on? Having flexible expectations is going to help you do the latter. I know these were a lot of recommendations, so please pick and choose the ones you think are going to be most helpful and beneficial for you. And I know that they might seem a little obvious or not very impactful, but from my experience, I think that had I implemented these recommendations, my fasting experience would have been much different. I think I would have had a more positive experience, and I don't think that I would have to start over like I'm doing right now. So I hope these recommendations help. If you give any of them a try, please let me know in the comments below and let me know how your fasting reset is going. I'm still doing it, so we can be doing it together and encouraging each other. Like always, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. I understand now why they tell you to ring the bell. I'm subscribed to so many different channels. If I don't get those notifications, I'll forget to check the channels to see what's new, and then I end up missing out on so much great content. So if you don't want to miss out on anything that's being shown on here, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Thanks for watching, ladies. I'll see you next time. And I forgot to mention, I'm going to put out a video of me using the glucose monitor. So in case you do get one, but you've never used one before, it might seem complicated and a little daunting at first. At least it was for me. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out why there was no blood coming from my finger even after I pricked it. It wasn't until after my husband showed me how to do it that I realized, oh, okay, this is super easy. It's not a big deal. So if you're not squeamish at seeing a little bit of blood, then watch the video. It'll make your first time using the monitor so much easier. All right, ladies, see you next time. Bye. Into the top of the glucose monitor, and you'll see the screen light up, and then that is when it's ready to receive your blood.